Hello and welcome. It's the bottle baby break. I'm just gonna let these guys chill for a little bit. If you got any questions, feel free to type in the chat. They are just about ready to be fed, but I want to give them a little more time to work up an appetite, which is the added benefit of giving you guys plenty to look at, because they're very active when they're hungry. Oh, yeah, okay. I've had a lovely turd. Which, as a bottle baby mom, you're always excited about. Good, strong pooping is a sign of a healthy kitten. Let's see, who, that's you. Okay. Amy, to answer your question, these guys are being fed every 3 to 4 hours. For younger kittens, it's more like every 2 to 3. And as they get a little bit older, that'll stretch out to every 4 to 6 hours, depending on how fast they're growing, or if they're going through a growth spurt, they'll want more often. They are about 2.5 weeks old, going on 3. I'm hoping to see some teeth sprouting in a little bit. To answer your question, Protein Ninja. You guys hear me okay? Sounds good? Can you guys hear them? Because they're making the most adorable little squeaky noises. The amount that they eat depends on their weight, or at least what they should eat depends on their weight. These guys, I aim for 1/2 ounce to 1 ounce. So wait, no, that's not right. There's markers on the bottle that I use, and I can tell you right now. So typically I want to get about 15 milliliters into them. And that's generally 1 tick on the bottle. They're about half of that to a full one of those. And that's true, Barb. They're not even using litter yet, though, but that's exactly why you don't have clumping litter. It's because they're starting to groom. A lot of their instincts are starting to kick in, actually. They're playing with each other and wrestling and grooming. All right. Deidre, they sleep most of the time. If they're not being fed or pooped, they're usually sleeping. There's about 15 minutes on either side of feeding where they're active, either playing or complaining about how they're hungry. At least at this age, anyway. So right now I'm stimulating them like their mom would to help them eliminate both pee and poop. And got a lot of pee, which is good. It's nice and clear too. Clear pee is a sign of good hydration. Oh, I know you're hungry. I'm done. I have a feeling this little one needs to poop some more, so that's why I'm spending a little extra time stimulating her. Try to make some room for the milk that they are about to get a lot of. Yeah, it brings a smile to us too. I'm glad you could join us. Hmm. And now they wrestle. This is their favorite thing. Yeah, get that tail. Get it. Sure. Shout out to the Atkins break room. Any potential foster moms or dads out there? Anyone curious about doing this for themselves? Hi, Chris from reception. I'm gonna try and top them off with a little more milk and then let them kind of fade back into their sleep. All right. How about you? Yeah, yeah. You want to try some more? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe. More? Yeah. Yeah. Down a good bit. Yeah, a little grooming. All right, can I get some name suggestions for these guys? They're both female, both going to be fairly fluffy, both snowshoe Siamese. One's a little darker than the other. Oh, Anna and Elsa. Good point. Good suggestion. No more of the Sukis. We've had lots of Sukis. No, really. This is actually a really important part of the socialization process. The little squeaks that they make when they feel discomfort from the kitten either biting or pressing too hard or something like that is what teaches them what acceptable force for play biting or kind of using their claws is, and what they shouldn't use. So it's vital that they have at least one other kitten with them as they're growing up, at least until 8 weeks, to help them get that socialization. It's really, really important. We've had a lot of Game of Thrones reference names over the last few years, so I don't know, maybe a more obscure character. But they are white-haired, which is a good point. You gonna try and go over? No. No. Amy, to answer your question, they are going on 3 weeks now. They must be at least 8 weeks and 3 pounds, especially as they're female, to be spayed, which is something that absolutely must happen before they're available for adoption. So, it'll be at least another month, month and a half, probably more like 2, depending on how quickly they get up to the 3 pounds. So 2 months, and then they'll be up for adoption. So if you think about it, with all of the bottle babies that we do, which is about, with just kittens, about 50 a year, each of them is in a foster home for at least 3 months usually. Oh, sure, Protein Ninja. He asks, how can you be notified of a future broadcast? There's a few ways. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and that should give you automatic notifications when we go live. We also have a link, I believe in the description, where you can go to sign up for an e-newsletter alert that we send out at about 15 minutes before each broadcast. Gives you some time to get online. And we also put it up on our Facebook page when we're about to go live. So plenty of ways to find out, but it should be consistently at noon and 7 p.m. every weekday in May. I have a question, when will they be eating solid food? And depends on what you mean by solid food, but they sprout teeth at about 3 weeks. we'll start trying to get them to learn to lap up milk instead of sucking it from a bottle. Once they've mastered that, we'll start with some soft canned food mixed into the milk, getting them to sort of lap and mouth that, and then transition, basically get them weaned, which happens at about 4 weeks. After that, they start consistently eating solid food. And we've got a question: how often do the bottle baby fosters adopt their kittens? If they're first-time fosters, pretty often. That does happen quite a bit. Usually not all of them, because you've usually got multiples. All right. But as you get more experience with it, you learn to kind of love them and be completely infatuated with them and take a great deal of joy in finding them a new home and knowing that they'll be happy. This is the lighter one, and she's definitely the more bossy of the two. Although they can pretty much both hold their own. Anyone's interested in donating to help us take care of them, these are just 2 of a dozen or so that we have in the program right now, and we'll have many more before the end of kitten season. We have a link in the description where you can go to either donate, any amount of funds, but there's also a list of the supplies that we are always in need of for these guys. It's a few simple things, but we need a lot of it because they go through it really, really fast, like the KMR milk, the baby cat dry food formula, and we are out of heating pads, so we would love to get a few more of those. Laura asks, which would be more important to socialization, having a like-age sibling or a mother cat, foster mom cat? In my opinion, it's having their siblings. The mom definitely passes on a lot, but their instincts take care of most of the important things, like, learning to use a litter box, getting them weaned. It's something that a person can replace. Something that a person cannot replace is the socialization that helps them learn how to be gentle, how to interact with other cats, which is huge because most people who want a cat have another cat. They need to be able to get along with them. It's great when we have a litter that comes in with a mom because she just takes care of everything. And she definitely helps sort of ease their transition into the world and introduce them to stimuli. And her instincts are priceless, but in my opinion, it's having their siblings is the most important. Yeah, and the question I just answered, which would be more important to socialization, having a like-age sibling or a mother cat or foster mom cat? Oh yeah, and another point too, foster mom cats don't necessarily accept kittens that aren't from her litter. So it's not always the most reliable thing. We had a cat in the program a few years back. She was actually probably the same breed as these guys, fluffy and white and very petite. And she was a foster mom cat. She loved it. She fostered several litters. Her name was Livia. She was kind of amazing. Sweet little kitty. Hmm. Deidre asks, what kind of cats do you think they are? It's hard to tell exactly at this point, but my guess would be that they're going to be Himalayan mixes of some kind. I wasn't sure when they first came in if they were going to be long hair, but I'm pretty sure they will be now. And they are both snowshoe Siamese, which just tickles me to no end. I don't see a lot of snowshoe, and they both are. Hi. Will you go sleep? Go sleep. Alex asks, do you usually try to keep siblings together for their forever home if it's not a whole litter? Do they have trouble separating when they get older? This one is a little interesting because it's different with cats and dogs, or at least in my experience it has been. Kittens will typically do fine going together as siblings, and in fact, if you are looking for a young kitten, it's often a good strategy to get two together, and siblings are great because they already know each other and they get along. There's a few exceptions to that, but for the most part, that's pretty reliable. Puppies tend to be trouble when they're kept together from a litter. It usually ends up with more behavior issues. They sort of band together and decide what they want to do instead of listening to their person. I'm not an expert on that, so I would encourage you guys to research it yourself if you're really interested in it. But so far in my experience, that's what I've seen. So we typically try to break up puppies and kittens stay together. Protein Ninja asks, what is snowshoe? And snowshoe is a pattern of coloring on cats. Maybe I can show you that it's in Siamese. And you can kind of see how her forearm is darker and her paws are white. That's all it is. When their paws are white and the points extend down the forearms but not onto the paws, then they're snowshoe Siamese. Or in this case, Himalayan. Do you want more food? Is that what it is? Maybe you want it darker. Yep. And I think that is officially nap time. I'm gonna leave the stream on until 1 p.m. But they're gonna settle down and kind of find their sleepy place. If you guys have any questions, I'll be checking the chat, so feel free to pop them in there. But they need their sleep. Go behind. Yeah. You guys are so welcome. We're so glad to have you and see our babies. We'll be back at 7 tonight too. If you want to take a break with us then. Would you sleep, please? Be like your sister. Oh my goodness. You guys want to try some more food? Protein Ninja, only one of them refuses to conform. Come here. For teenage, I'm not sure what you mean measurements. Like measure their width and length? Yeah, I consider doing that. It's not bad to have some measurements of their growth, but weight is more useful in the long run. However, I'm desperately trying to get them to go to sleep right now, so I will do that at a later point. Next stream will open with figuring out how long they are and how round their bellies are. It's a great idea. Okay, that about wraps it up for lunchtime bottle baby break. If anybody's got any last minute questions, throw them at me now. Give it about a minute, and then we'll see you again at 7. You're welcome. See y'all later.